Hello everyone! Today we're diving into one of the most legendary crime thrillers of the 90s, The Usual Suspects from 1995. And let me warn you right now, the climax of this story is unlike anything you've seen before. If you think you can guess how it ends, think again. Stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll understand every twist and why this film is considered a masterpiece. Our story begins with a mysterious and shocking scene. A man is standing on an oil-soaked ship smoking a cigarette. He lights it, and as he flicks the matchbox aside, flames immediately start spreading on the slick surface. Just when it looks like disaster is inevitable, a man from above suddenly appears and sprays water at the fire with what looks like a water gun. Amazingly, the flames stop instantly. This strange figure is named Tiger, though his full appearance remains hidden at first. Tiger then descends, casually smoking another cigarette, and shoots Dean. The cigarette falls again, reigniting the fire. From the very first scene, the movie establishes a sense of chaos and mystery, hinting at a story much deeper than what we see on the surface. Immediately, we're introduced to the backstory. 6 weeks earlier, the New York police arrested 5 men together. The charge: hijacking a truck. You might be wondering, why these 5 and not others? Well, here's where the story thickens. These 5 men were Dean, Michael, Friend, Hockney, and Keaton. And yes, that Keaton is the same man telling this entire story to the police later. Interestingly, none of them actually hijacked any truck. They were just unlucky enough to get caught, thrown into the same cell, and that's where their strange bond and eventually their criminal teamwork begins. For clarity, let's refer to these 5 as the Misfit Team. The story then shifts to the present, and we return to that bizarre water gun scene on the ship. From there, Jack rushes straight to the hospital to meet the burned man, but the man speaks in a language that Jack doesn't understand. Realizing this, the police bring in a translator and a sketch artist to take statements. A senior officer tells Officer Dave that the ship incident has turned into a political issue and Keaton is receiving significant support, so he will have to be released on bail in 2 hours. Without wasting time, Dave meets Keaton, who immediately begins narrating his version of events, starting a flashback. In the flashback, we learn that Dean's girlfriend is a lawyer who helped the Misfit Team get released on bail. Michael then explains to the team that a man named Redfoot offered them a job. Redfoot tells them that certain corrupt cops can't be trusted and proposes a plan involving diamond smuggling. The idea is to steal diamonds from a major smuggler and hand them over to Redfoot. This way, they not only get revenge on the corrupt police, but also earn a hefty sum. The team executes the plan perfectly. They intercept the smuggler being transported by a taxi, corner him with 4 vans, and set his car on fire. Dean even calls the media to expose the police racket. As a result, 50 inspectors are suspended, and the Misfit Team completes their revenge. Back in the present, at the hospital, the translator confirms something shocking. The police suspected a cocaine deal was happening on the ship, but the burned man claims he saw something far more sinister, a figure he calls the Devil. As the story unfolds, we discover that the diamonds were successfully handed to Redfoot. He offers the team another job, stealing both diamonds and cash. Excited by the potential payout, the team agrees, but when they reach the target, they find only drugs instead of diamonds and money. The discovery rattles the group. The drugs weren't part of the plan, and it becomes clear they've been used as pawns. Almost immediately, things spiral. Police pressure increases, contacts go silent, and mistrust starts to creep in among the men. Redfoot denies setting them up, but his panic only fuels their paranoia. That's when the name Keyser Söze begins to loom larger, not just as a myth, but as a presence manipulating events from the shadows. What once sounded like a scary underworld legend now feels uncomfortably real. Soon after, the team is pulled into another job, this time in New York, where they're instructed to hit what seems like a simple target. Instead, the operation turns brutal and personal. Corrupt cops are murdered, and the message is unmistakable. This isn't about money anymore, it's about punishment and control.
Keaton, who wanted out of the criminal life, realizes he's being dragged back in against his will, while Verbal's narration grows darker, hinting that every move they make has already been anticipated. Back at the hospital, the burn survivor's story takes on a terrifying clarity. He insists the man he saw wasn't just a criminal mastermind, but something closer to pure evil, someone who destroys lives not for profit, but to erase witnesses and settle unseen scores. As the police connect the dots between the drugs, the diamonds, and the mounting bodies, one truth becomes unavoidable. The entire chain of events was engineered to lead to the massacre on the ship, and whoever planned it wanted everyone involved either dead or completely erased from the story. This leads to a confrontation between Dean and Redfoot shifts all the blame onto a lawyer named Cobra. Cobra's reputation is terrifying, so much so that even criminal kingpins fear him. The Misfit team prepares for their next mission, a massive $91 million drug deal, warned by Cobra that their lives are at risk.
Here's where the tension skyrockets. The team prepares to stop the $91 million deal, and Michael takes a sniper position on the roof. Keaton warns that if things go wrong, he should escape with all the money. The team also plants a bomb, and as it detonates, chaos erupts on the ship. This scene, especially in the context of 1995, was visually stunning. Every twist of fire and smoke, every drop of tension, perfectly executed. Back in the present, Keaton is narrating all of this to Officer Dave. Dave questions the logistics. If the ship was worth $91 million, why is it that after all this, the team barely got anything? Slowly, the flashback reveals that the deal was set up by Keyser, a crime boss, to eliminate witnesses and manipulate the team. Flashbacks continue to show that during the mission, Michael and Dean search for the $91 million, but before they can claim it, the target is murdered. Hawkme is also killed, and Michael is attacked. Keaton, using quick thinking, hides behind a box, surviving the massacre, the same scene we saw at the very start. Then comes one of the biggest revelations. Officer Dave explains that Dean was a former police officer with a history of murder and corruption. He would eliminate anyone who could testify against him. To avoid conviction, Dean faked his death and disappeared, leaving chaos behind. This revelation completely shatters Keaton, who realizes he's been manipulated and that Dean used him all along. Dave offers Keaton a deal to become a government witness against Dean, but Keaton refuses. Despite the betrayal, he won't betray his friends. His 2-hour bail expires and he's released, but the final twist is about to hit. While drinking tea at the station, Dave notices several newspaper clippings and realizes something shocking. Keaton's story doesn't match the evidence. Every name, every detail he had given was based on hints from these cutouts. His story was fabricated. When Dave realizes this, it hits him. Keaton has been playing everyone from the start. Outside the hospital, Keaton suddenly walks normally again, having pretended to limp. He gets into a black car with Cobra and drives away. The climax reveals that Keaton was the mastermind, the one orchestrating everything, fooling both the police and his so-called partners in crime. So, if you're still following, the police arrested 5 men who then became the Misfit team. They stole diamonds for Redfoot, attempted the big $91 million job, but were mostly set up. Most of the team was killed, leaving only Keaton alive. Officer Dave suspected Dean, but the truth was Keaton all along. His calm, innocent demeanor throughout the story was a mask, and he manipulated everyone to execute the perfect plan. If this still feels confusing, don't worry. The Usual Suspects is built to be watched multiple times. Every detail, every flashback, every lie told by Keaton adds layers to the story, making it a masterclass in suspense and deception. What really keeps the tension alive is how the film plays with perspective and memory. Everything we think we know comes through Verbal Kint's calm, almost harmless narration, delivered under pressure but never panic. The police room becomes a stage, and Verbal, the performer, meek, polite, underestimated, guides us exactly where he wants. The audience, like Agent Kujin, believes it is watching a confession, when in reality it is witnessing a carefully constructed story built from fragments, half-truths, and opportunistic invention.
The myth of Keyser Söze works as psychological warfare rather than just a criminal legend. By making Söze seem almost supernatural, the film distracts us from the possibility that he could be sitting in plain sight. Fear becomes a tool. The criminals fear Söze, the police chase Söze, and the audience searches for Söze somewhere off-screen. Meanwhile, the real power lies in controlling the narrative. Who is seen as weak, who appears guilty, and who fades into the background as insignificant. Even the film's structure reinforces its deception. Non-linear storytelling, unreliable flashbacks, and shifting motivations blur the line between truth and performance. Scenes feel grounded and believable, yet small inconsistencies slip by, masked by sharp dialogue and confident pacing. The brilliance of The Usual Suspects isn't just in the twist itself, but in how convincingly it teaches viewers to trust a story that was never meant to be true in the first place, making every rewatch a new investigation rather than a simple replay. So, that's the full story explained. Did you see that coming? Probably not. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit the super thanks button and subscribe to the channel, because we'll be exploring more mind-bending movies like this soon. Leave a comment telling me which movie's plot you want explained next. Until then, keep watching, and I'll see you in the next video.